Hey guys, this is Tad, your homestead provider. Well, so you caught a swarm of bees. Now what? So a few days ago, real early in the morning, a neighbor stopped me on the road, like, hey, do you know that swarm trap you got over there on our land? I seen a lot of bees coming in and out of the other day. I was like, sweet. So I had this swarm trap right here on this tree right there about 4 or 5 days ago. And we caught our first swarm for 2025. Now, this is an area that I have caught several swarms from using this very swarm trap. 4 or 5, 3 or 4, something like that over the last few years. And it is a good spot. So there are bound to be some native hives somewhere in some of these trees somewhere. Anyway, so I come that evening that I talked to him and checked on him, and sure enough, that was a swarm in this trap. So what I did was come over here late that evening, brought a box over here. I transferred the frames from this swarm trap into this box. Now at that time, there was numerous of bees that was still coming to that tree right there. And in setting this box right here and leaving it for a few days, that allowed the bees that were out foraging to come to this area and find the queen, find the box, and they have established a colony in there now. So you've got to that point of catching the swarm. Now's the time to go carry your box to the bee yard. And we're fixing to load this up in the Ranger, the Pioneer, and we're going to carry it to one of our bee yards. Whenever we get there, we're going to go through it, see if we can find the queen, possibly mark her if we can, and see what we got going on. So, fix to load it up. All right, let's grab this thing up. So what I'm going to do first of all is go ahead and... No, I'm going to have to come back and get my blocks anyway, so I'm just going to leave this swarm trap here. So it is late in the evening, and I'm not going to say all, but a lot of the bees are in the box. We will lose a few, but if you're doing this, I do advise you not to do it in the middle of the day, because the middle of the day is when most of the bees are gone. Now we are late evening. I don't know what time it is, to be honest with you, but it's late. A lot of them is in the box for the evening. So I feel comfortable going ahead and moving this. So that's what we're going to do. All you want to do, just grab it up. It actually feels kind of heavy. So since it's heavy, makes a good point. Right now, the tulip poplar has started blooming here in Tennessee. And once the tulip poplar starts blooming, it's pretty well the start of the honey flow. So I'm not going to really have to feed them bees. That is a new swarm, a new hive, new colony. Generally, you would feed them. But since the honey flow is kicking in a lot and a lot of stuff is blooming right now, we should be safe not having to fool with feeding them. So, all right, we're going to go over to the bee yard, then we're going to get it out and see what we got. All right, we're back over here. We got over here to the bee yard. Now let's put the bees over here and kind of go through the hive. These two boxes next to this one here does not have any bees in it at the moment. This is going to be the only hive on this stand here. Let me gather up my stuff. So I carry around a little handy dandy tackle box that's got all my beekeeping stuff in it. Let me get my hive tool out of here. And let's see. Hive tool. I don't know if I need this or not. Let's just see what we got. So these bees in this box right here should be relatively calm. It's a new swarm, new colony. They just got well, somewhat established, I guess you could say, this week. So it's new. Let's get into this hive and see if we can find a queen. And if we can find her, we may try to mark her. Let's see what we got going on here. I don't know if my marking tool's gonna work. This is the first time I've used this blue one. So blue is technically supposed to be for, I believe it's a year that ends in a 5 or a 0. So that will be the one for this year. Let's get into this box and see what we got. Got some hive beetles is what we got. There's that one. So I'm looking down in here. There's obviously several frames that they hadn't drawn out yet, you know. But there's several they're working on right now. Let's see. No queen there. They are bringing in quite a bit of nectar. They are working to draw out this cone right here. Hive beetle. Dang, this is full of hive beetles. I'm not sure why we got so many, but they are bringing in nectar right here. I'm looking for the queen. Their pattern that they're drawing out, this frame, I don't really care for, but it is what it is. See how they started fanning whenever they come out of this box. Out of the box right here. Definitely makes a different sound whenever they come out. Let's see if we can correct some of this. They're working it all out, but for some reason these plastic frames, they don't like to draw out. Which is the reason I don't like to use them. Bees don't draw them out good, in my opinion. Possibly because there's not enough wax on the out whenever you put them in there. If you melted some wax and coated it a little better than what they come standard, might help them a little bit better. But anyway, I'm not a huge fan of these frames at all. So I'm just glancing through this frame right here. I do not see the queen anywhere on this box. So let's see. Put this one back down in there. This here's a good frame of nectar. Well, actually, a solid frame of nectar. The honey flow has definitely started. Let's see. Right here is the queen. Looks like a new queen, a young queen to me. Let's see if we can catch her and try to mark her. So I got her caught in that one little area right there. Let's see if we can get my... I hope you can see what I'm doing. Just trying to paint her back just a little bit so it makes it easier to find her. Push her down a little bit more. I did get her marked right there. I hope you can see that. There she goes. So we have seen the queen. I'm gonna put them back down in this box so nothing happens. The blue dot makes it a little bit easier to find her. You can definitely find her right there and see where she is. Makes it a lot easier whenever you're going to search for hives. Especially, I've got into doing these Damar splits, Damar, whatever. And whenever you're doing them splits, makes it easier finding the queen. This right here is a solid frame of honey. I don't see any no eggs yet, which I'm sure it's coming. So that is very likely probably was a virgin queen, and she is just very young. Look forward to years with her. All right, so I pretty much seen all I need to see. I wanted to find her. I wanted to get her marked. That's all you do for this. Like I said, they have plenty of nectar right now. Plenty of honey, or not honey, plenty of nectar sources right now. The honey flow has started. So there's no need to feed this hive. And chances are they won't eat it anyway. Because there is such a honey flow going on right now. But yeah, that's a good deal. So this is what you do after you catch your swarm. Take her to your bee yard, go through it, see what you got, see what you're dealing with. Preferably find the queen. If you don't, that's no big deal. But that's always a plus. That way you can check her out, look at her, potentially even mark her if that's what you want to do. This box right here is doing well. And that's a good deal. That is a new colony of bees for us. And they are hard to come by. Fix this frame a little bit here. I can tell already I'm gonna have to do some hive beetle work on this box here. So what we're going to do, I actually have a hive beetle gel right there. So what I'm going to do is put that gel right in there and space these frames out. This is 9 frame spacer in a 10 frame box. I like to leave them a little bit of extra room whenever in all these boxes. It just works. I feel like it just works better. So that's all she wrote. So if you're questioning what to do once you get a new colony of bees, new swarm, that's it. So I have a hive entrance reducer on this box right here. That would be another handy thing for you to have. It's not a necessity, but if you don't have something like that, look at this one right here. Get a few bricks, close it down, reduce the hive entrance, because these bees right here are weaker than the other ones that are around, and you would prefer the other boxes of bees not come rob this one. So that's the main idea in doing that. But that's all I got right now. That's really what you do whenever you catch a swarm. Bring it over here to your bee apiary. I have another couple of bee boxes right here that have 2 bees in it. This one here, I did a Damar split and actually split it into this one. So I'm going to go through these here in just a second and see what we got. But that's all I got right now. That is pretty much all there is to it. Once you catch you a swarm, bring it over here, check it out, go through the hive, be sure, see what you got. Now, since this is honey flow, this box right here will fill up pretty quick. Probably next week, I'll come over here and add a honey super on this box so they won't be getting overcrowded in there. And hopefully, I'll probably go through the hive again, see if the queen has started laying eggs. We found her. We 100% know she's in there. Like I said, she is probably was a virgin queen, and now she's just young. She hadn't started laying yet, but once that colony gets good and established, she will kick in gear and start laying. They are bringing in some pollen I seen in that box as well, so that kind of stimulates her to lay eggs as well. But that's all I got right now. If you're enjoying these videos, if you're liking this content, give this video a thumbs up, because you never know what I'm going to be doing next. Hit that little bell icon, give you a notification when I post a new video. Subscribe to the channel. That's all I got for today. This is Tad, your homestead provider. God bless.